Picture this. It's a day that you don't have to be anywhere, and it is the middle of your morning, maybe 11, maybe noon, closer to the middle of the day, and you are sitting on the couch. You're on your phone, you're watching YouTube videos, or you're scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or whatever, and all around you are projects. There are things you want to be doing, but you're sitting on your couch and you're scrolling. But 99% of us have experienced this, and I think at some point, it is safe to call it lazy. And I am someone who really shies away from the word lazy. I have a tendency to believe that lazy is more of a symptom than it is a setting inside of us. It's something we're doing because either we have analysis paralysis, or we feel really overwhelmed by all of our choices and therefore we have analysis paralysis, or, so many other reasons that we're being lazy. But recently I was listening to a speaker and she said, it takes more energy to be lazy than it does to be productive. And in my logical mind, I was like, what? But in my gut, I was like, yep. As they say, that'll preach. She was right. Because when I'm sitting on the couch and I'm doom scrolling and I'm just looking at all this content flaring before my eyes and my nervous system is being stimulated, but my body is being flat and lazy, and I have all of these things around me that I actually do want to do, that I have passion for, energy for, motive to do. I want to do it, but I'm not doing it. The turmoil, the inner chaos, the drama that follows that. It takes so much energy to be lazy. It takes so much emotional nonsense to do the things we don't want to do. What I really like about the Bible, in fact, really love about the Bible, is that it often describes experiences that we can relate to in everyday life, like in the book of Romans, chapter 7, when Paul is talking about how, oh, miserable human that I am, I do the things I don't want to do, and I don't do the things that I do want to do, and he talks about that internal battle. There's also a Proverbs that says, I'm too stupid to be human, and I lack common sense. I love these types of verses, because even though the context of those things usually goes a lot deeper, like Paul goes on to talk about sin, and that proverb goes on to talk about not knowing the Holy One and deeper things. Sometimes I think it's valid to be on the shallow level of things because, you gotta explore the depths and the shallows here is that sometimes we are just lacking so much common sense to realize it takes more energy to avoid what we want to do than to begin doing what we want to do. When I am procrastinating and avoiding and putting off the things that I actually want to do, I battle an intense battle of emotions, okay? Just emotions. Because in the back of my mind the entire time, I'm like, Kaylee, why aren't you doing it? Kaylee, why aren't you doing this? What? Kaylee. And I'm like, come on. Do the thing you want to do it. And it starts to create this really intense extremism of, on one hand, I'm doing absolutely nothing, and on the other hand, my thoughts are yelling at me. That sucks. That's not fun. That is not a fun, healthy experience. And I do not think this is rest. So if you're trying to rest and that's what your thoughts are doing, I think we could make a whole nother video on how to address that, but perhaps you don't need rest. Perhaps in those moments, rest isn't worth it because it's more restful to do the things you want to do. I think that kind of goes back to Jesus being like, is it a good thing to do good work on the Sabbath? If you're not doing the things that you want to do and all of your rest is actually avoidance, it's not rest. I think that there are proverbs that talk about how someone who's working hard and is earning their dollar, they sleep so much better at night versus someone who's rich and all their thoughts keep them up doing productive laboring things, laboring toward the good works that we have in our life. It's awesome. It pours so much joy and vision and hope and enthusiasm and inspiration into us, and it takes us into these new places and we feel so accomplished. And what I really love is that you don't have to accomplish a goal to feel accomplished. You just need to get started. Working toward our goals and working toward the things we're building satisfies us so much that it's at the end of the day, it's nice. That was a good day spent. Another scripture that always inspires me for it is that, one, we are to honor God with our bodies, so do something. And two, that the days are evil, so we are redeeming the time that we spend seeking first the kingdom of heaven and investing our talents and doing things that spark that joy in us and bring forward from us our passions and our skills, and they challenge us. Oh my gosh, What redeemed time? It is such a joyful, rejoicing experience to engage with the things that we want to do in a healthy, constructive manner. Whereas avoiding these things and procrastinating and being lazy, it tears us down. It fills us with so many emotions of, I should be doing this, and I feel so horrible, and I didn't do anything today, and I get whiny. That's why I'm whining right now. I get whiny when I avoid the things that I want to do and I instead choose to do things I don't want to do. I don't want to spend 2 hours scrolling TikTok. I don't even want to spend 2 hours watching a TV show. But a lot of Turkish dramas, by the way, are a 2-hour-long episode, which is ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know why it takes discipline to do the things we want to do. You know, I could deep dive into my thoughts on that. Some biblical, some found in science, some just my own observations. But just right now, I don't know why. I don't know why it is so hard sometimes to just get up and do the things we want to do. But we do know that the things that are challenging the road less walked is a more valuable, rewarding road to walk, especially as believers when we feel that God has anointed something. When we are discerning that the Lord has said, I want you to work on this, or I want you to do this, or I want you to pursue that. Why would we not? And it's going to hurt us to not. Okay, I think I've made my point. I think I've made it really clearly. And I would really like to hear your thoughts on this. And I would really like to hear if this kind of helps you kind of put this into perspective, that procrastinating and laziness and avoiding the things you want to do actually takes more energy than just doing it. It's such a powerful mindset to equip when you actually think about it, to see the things that you're doing and recognize literally as though they have currency attached to them. How many points of energy does that cost you versus how much does this cost you? Or how much does it give you versus how much does this give you? TikTok never gives me energy points, okay? It only ever takes it away. Okay, that's all I have for today in this video. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. And if you would like to see more that I have, go ahead and subscribe to support the channel and drop a comment down below to let me know if this is gonna help nudge you off the couch. And I will share with you that I try so hard to practice what I preach here. I have figured this out because I have been practicing so hard what I am preaching. So yeah, okay. Anyway, I will see you next time.